Hello there, this is Texas Style Cuisine. I'm Chef Johnny. Tonight what we're making up for you is bean chalupas, but I tell you they're not plain bean chalupas. They're going to get made with some wild hog sausage. So stay tuned, let me show you how we do it. We're going to get started on cooking our wild hog sausage. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of oil to my skillet here. Just enough to coat the bottom real well. The pan's nice and hot. I'm going to add some onion to it, just diced up onion. That's maybe a third to a half of a medium-sized onion. Or you can tell this pan's good and hot. I'm gonna try to brown these up. I don't mind it. We're sauteing, so saute, that's sizzle and jump. It's sizzling and it's jumping, so good and hot. Gonna get a little browning. Nothing wrong with this browning at all. But we're just gonna get these till they're starting to get tender. Then we're gonna add in our sausage. Our onions are looking pretty tender. You see, I got a nice big link of wild hog sausage. I'd say it's a little over a pound and a quarter anyways, could be a pound and a half. And I'm just opening up the casing, and I'm gonna take this sausage out and put it in my pan. Let me see, got a knife here. And the recipe for this wild hog sausage you can find on my sausage playlist. I'll put a link down below on it. But I just want to get this meat in there, get it cooking. This was a hog actually my nephew shot last year and gave me, and we made, I think I made 20 pounds of deer sausage with it, a deer and wild hog. So I used 10 pounds of it in that. Then I did 20 pounds of wild hog sausage, and we're almost out. Good thing it's close to deer season again. Just gonna break this sausage up in there real good. Mix it in with my onion. And remember, this sausage already is seasoned pretty well, but we're gonna step it up just a little bit more. Ooh, that's smelling good. As this is browning, it's gonna take some plain Bollner's brand fajita seasoning. Just coat the top with that lightly. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna add just a very, very little bit of chili powder. A little extra garlic. Keep my meat moving here. Just going to keep this stirring around. I want to brown this up real well. You might have noticed I haven't added any moisture to this at all. I want this to dry out, so I make sure it's nice and brown before I start adding my other ingredients. This meat's browning up really well. Now remember, it's pork, so it's going to be a lighter color. It's not going to be like if you were doing venison or doing some beef. Now what I have here is I have 2 chipotle peppers and 2 tablespoons of the adobo sauce that it comes with. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to put let's put 2 of these spoons here. These are teaspoons. Put that in there, and we're going to stir that in and see how it turns out. Got to be careful because you won't too much heat. We want the smokiness of these chipotles, but you got to watch the heat factor. That's mixed in pretty good. It's kind of cooked onto the meat. So I'm going to taste it and check my heat level. That's good. Got a nice little bit of a bite to it, not a whole lot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some tomatoes onto that. And I just diced up, oh, I think there were 3 medium-sized tomatoes. I'm going to save some of them because they're going to go on the chalupas. Just want to cook these tomatoes down. After we get these tomatoes cooked in good, we'll taste it again, see if we need some more chipotle pepper. Tomatoes are starting to cook down, so I'm just going to sample my meat again. Excellent, excellent flavor. Now I'm going to drop some diced cilantro in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. It's leaves only. We're just going to let this kind of cook in with our sausage and our tomatoes and our onions. I'm going to move my cooker off to the side. Be careful because the sides of this will be hot. Fire's off underneath it. And we're going to start making up some chalupas. Have a real pretty plate out, very festive. It's going to look nice with our chalupas. I have some orange chalupa shells today, and these are just a store-bought shell. They're going to look nice on there, and these have been toasted. Anytime I use like a crispy taco shell or a chalupa shell, toast them first, kind of generate some of the oils in them, revives them, I think, and it gives them a nice flavor when you toast them first. So, got those ready. Let's get some beans on them and see how we're going to make up these. And I had our beans just sitting over on the side, and that burner was on low, so it was keeping everything nice and warm. Nice coating of beans on here. And be careful, these are not real hard to crack. So now a lot of people will, they'll add their cheese on right on top of their beans. My wife doesn't like it that way. She doesn't like her cheese melted. Me, I drop my cheese on the beans, but we're gonna take these, put them right there, get some of our wild hog sausage, spoon it up right on top. And this is an easy meal. You could do this in the evening. Just have your beans pre-made. All you gotta do is warm them up, and have your sausage pre-made. All you gotta do is warm it up. It'll make really good for a quick evening meal. But there's our wild hog sausage with the tomatoes and the onions and the cilantro going up on top of our beans. Want this to look very festive, very colorful. So on top of that, I have some nice lettuce, just chopped up. This is kind of a spring mix and iceberg combination, a little bit of both. And we had in there, I wanted a little more vivid green than just a plain iceberg, so dropped in a little spring mix with it. This gives us a few more colors. That's good there. Now, that's some real pretty red tomatoes. Put on top of those. Now, I'll tell you, this may not be traditional Mexican, but it's sure enough Texican, and that's how I cook. Little sharp cheddar cheese. Sprinkle that up on top. That's how my wife likes it. And there you have it. Bean chalupas with a wild hog sausage. These chalupas are looking beautiful. So we're gonna give them a taste. Man, I tell you what, I like these orange shells. They're really pretty. With the green and the red and the yellow of that, it just sets everything off. I bet you're going to taste as good as they look. That's a good chalupa, I tell you. I was right. Those refried beans we made up, and I will put a link for that video down below so you can see how I make my refried beans. Man, these are fantastic. You might drop a little salsa on top of this. I didn't bring any out here tonight because of the heat from the chipotle peppers. Put quite a bit of heat in our meat, so you don't necessarily need it, but if you wanted that other dimension of flavor, you'd be perfectly okay to do that. And you can find those on my Mexican playlist. I got a bunch of salsas you can put on here that would work fine with it, but excellent. Remember to toast these chalupa shells too. That crunch helps out a lot. Nothing wrong with these chalupas at all. They are fantastic. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Tell your friends and family about us. Share us on your social media. And we're going to see you down the road on Texas style barbecue and cuisine.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.